Pictures right now. So how will Romney's pick change this election, if at all? Joining me now to dig into this is Jason Johnson. He is a professor of political science. Jason, great to talk to you about this. We were talking during the commercial break. A lot are saying this is a good choice, but a risky one. You have to admit he is charismatic. He's well-spoken. He's a young guy. But you say not so risky.
Yeah, it's not so risky. I mean, you know, Mitt Romney didn't pick Marco Rubio. He didn't pick Jennifer Carroll. He picked a guy who all the Republicans know, who's not going to have much crossover appeal. I mean, it's a very wise and functional businessman choice, but it's not something that's really going to move the needle.
You don't think it's going to move the needle at all? I mean, how much of an influence does a VP pick, in your opinion? Does it influence if a person that's undecided will go with you or not? Who can forget the Sarah Palin announcement back in 2008? Some are saying, even Dick Cheney speaking out against that, saying, you know what, that was a mistake. Then he kind of backtracked and said, she's not a mistake, she wasn't, but the process is. We can all remember Sarah Palin. We thought it was a breath of fresh air back then. Some people now disagree with that. So you don't think Paul Ryan has that kind of appeal or that buzz?
No. I mean, he hasn't even run statewide. If Romney wanted to be bold, he would have picked Scott Walker. I think Scott Walker would have been a very, very wise choice for him. Or McDonnell in Virginia. And so, you know, if you look at the history, the people who you pick as vice president, they very seldom carry their own states. And people are still voting for the top of the ticket. When John Kerry picked John Edwards, you know, they didn't win North Carolina. It doesn't really work that way. So the Republican base is happy. It doesn't change the electoral map.
What do you think we will see today in Virginia as we look live there and we're waiting for Paul Ryan? Do you think, as Anna stated, it will re-energize this election?
If you have to say re-energize, you're already in trouble. so no, it's not going to re-energize the election. It's just everyone's going to know what to talk about. Mitt Romney can actually control the narrative for 24 hours about something that doesn't have to do with his tax returns or his horses. But basically, it's going to go back to the campaign on Monday.
Well, you bring up a great point. People who I've heard who aren't liking Mitt Romney, they are Republicans, say that maybe he can't connect with the general public because of what he's worth, because of the tax returns. Paul Ryan, is he more, let's say, among the people, maybe more likable? He talks about his father dying at a young age, what he did. He grew up fast. He's an accomplished guy.
Right.
Do you think he will connect with the American people?
I mean, I think he's much more likable. But again, we've never voted for vice president. We weren't voting for Joe Biden. We weren't voting for Sarah Palin. We weren't voting for Joe Lieberman. So Ryan's ability to connect, it means that Mitt Romney now has a bigger bench. He's got some other people who can go out and campaign for him. But it's not going to change most voters. It's still a Mitt Romney presidency or an Obama presidency. That's what we're deciding on.
Great point, Jason Johnson. We know you're going to be on standby for us. Meanwhile, we are waiting.